have the latest earnings from the maker of Sea-Doos and snowmobiles. So let's talk about the challenges for BRP with Joe Altobello, Managing Director of Leisure Equity Research at Raymond James. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So a 21% drop in North American sales for the fourth quarter for BRP. Was that an expected drop?
It was. They've had a few challenges of late, one of which is actually of their own making. They did a really nice job of clearing the channel, the inventory channel amongst dealers earlier this year. That's the good news. The bad news is a lot of their competitors have a lot of leftover non-current inventory that they're heavily discounting, and so BRP has to compete against that, which is obviously pretty tough.
Do they sell much outside of North America?
Outside of North America, they do. Yep.
What are the other markets that they're in?
Yeah, largely Scandinavia and Latin America.
Got it. Interest, of course, in having some of these products has waned since the pandemic, when everybody wanted to sort of be outside as much as they could, and they invested in something like this. I'm wondering why they continue to take a hit. Why is demand continuing to sink?
Well, a couple of reasons. So one, as you pointed out, we saw a spike in demand during COVID for everything outdoors, whether it was power sports or boats or RVs, for example. So there was a big pull forward. And then as you got along into 2023 and 2024, you started to see inflation creep up, started to see interest rates creep up. And so if you think about a lot of the products that they sell, these are largely finance purchases, big ticket discretionary purchases. So you're going to be taking on a monthly payment for several years. And in this environment, there aren't a lot of people who are willing to do that at this point. So
BRP manufacturers, I understand, a lot in Mexico. Are they affected yet by tariffs?
A little bit. They do import aluminum and steel, which is obviously being impacted by tariffs. They also import components from China, so there's that. But as you point out, they manufacture a lot of their products in Mexico and Canada, and they generate about 60% of their sales from the United States. So if there is some sort of tariff that goes into place from those imports, it'll be a big deal.
Has there been any indication or clarity on that? I mean, I know a lot of what's coming out of Washington seems to be a big question mark. We're still waiting for an announcement now about auto tariffs, but has there been any indication that recreational vehicles, for example, could get hit?
No clarity as of yet. This morning on the company's earnings call, they pointed out that right now, based on what they know today, the impact from tariffs is about $40 million, which appears manageable. The big if there is what happens on April 2nd. So if there are more tariffs that are implemented on that date, that $40 million number could go up pretty significantly.
Let's talk about that, because they didn't really give much forward guidance, I understand. What did they have to say about their future?
Yeah, not much on fiscal 26, which is unusual, but obviously in this environment, it's understandable. You've got a couple things going on. I mentioned the tariffs from a direct cost standpoint, but at the same time, you're also seeing demand soften a little bit because consumers are confused. They don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs as well. And so that's impacting big ticket discretionary purchases. So you've got those two factors working against you right now. Okay,
so we know that, Joe, they sold or put up their boat business for sale last year. How did that go, and has that helped them in the long run?
So it's still ongoing. No big news on that today. They mentioned the process is moving along, and they hope to complete a sale either late 1Q or early 2Q.
Okay. You had mentioned also inventory by other competitors that is being discounted. How are they doing with inventory?
They're pretty good. They're in good shape. They got a lot of current inventory out there. I think this morning they mentioned that about 30% of their off-road vehicle inventory is non-current. That compares to about 50% for the rest of the industry.
Let's talk a moment for investing, because if there's not a lot of forward guidance, no outlook for 2026, what are they hoping for from investors? What are they saying to investors?
It's a good question. That describes a lot of my group right now, unfortunately. You've got a lot of companies that are in troughs from an earnings standpoint. We're all trying to figure out what mid-cycle looks like and when we get there. And I think when you think about these companies, that's how you have to look at it, is what can they earn in a mid-cycle environment, in a normalized environment. put a multiple on that, and then discount it back.
Got it. Joe Altobello is the managing director of leisure equity research at Raymond